anything yet, and like I said before, it's in the contract, so it's not if I'm open to it or not. It's what's in the contract, and Errol gave me an opportunity and a shot at becoming the first male boxer, undisputed, in any division in the 4-belt era, and I honor that. And if he was to come to me or activate his.
After a thrilling first fight in 2023, boxing fans are eagerly awaiting the highly anticipated rematch between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr.
Gonna knock my first,
because I don't want us personally. We talking about what we want to see. I don't want to see it because I know what it's gonna look like. The same as it looked last time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Errol Spence wasn't the same.
What was wrong with him?
He looked slow. He looked he looked sluggish.
Why?
I can't tell you. I wasn't in camp.
At the division, he dominated for his entire career. All of a sudden, when it came time for this fight, he looked different. Why?
I wasn't in camp with him. I can't tell you. I don't know if his body finally broke down from being at 146.
What I want to see. I want to see Bud be great, but what better buffer to see if Bud's ready at 68 than the EJ rematch of 54 and 60? And how exciting would it be to watch Errol Spence he walks at 190. I'm 185 pounds right now. I'm 5'11". To think of me cutting
In their initial encounter, Crawford made a statement by dismantling Spence in the 9th round to become the undisputed welterweight champion.
It's up to him. He gave me that opportunity to fight him. It's only right that if that's what he want to do, I'll give it back to him. Outside of him, I was looking.
Well, the latest is, we signed and contracted to do a rematch, and that's what it is right now.
Do you know when it's going to be, when we can hear?
I don't got no date right now, but I know that's the next fight that.
But as we head into 2025, the narrative has shifted. Crawford is moving up in weight, and the rematch could take place at 154 pounds.
Sessions to get this fight done, he gave up a lot of money on his side to have this fight at 147. If you look at the contract, this is a sport of contracts. Chris, you know this. You have signed contracts. You have tried to get out of contracts. The winner gets to dictate the weight. The loser got to put the rematch clause or put the rematch.
I feel as if, he would go back to the drawing board. He would come back stronger. He'll come back more hungrier. And he'll try to fix the things that, he needed to fix to make the fight look different in the second time than in the first time. I do believe that, but that's the only thing that I can actually say.
This weight change is crucial. Crawford, known for his speed, precision, and versatile boxing skills, dominated at 147 pounds.
You're a people's champ.
Yes.
I have nothing but respect for you. The question I have is, Errol alluded to wanting the rematch clause, but he asked, would you do it at 154? Is that your call, or is that the promoter's call, and would you even think about moving up to 154 to fight him?
Okay, so first of all, I need you to say I'm a loser.
Let's go! I'll never say that.
But stepping into the junior middleweight division presents new challenges. While Crawford will bring a more powerful version of himself to the ring,
I was shocked at one thing, which has me questioning now the outcome of this fight. Terrence Bud Crawford in person was absolutely taller, which we know, but looked like a bigger man. He looked at least 10 or 20 pounds heavier. His frame was bigger. He had his head, like his skeletal structure, like he looked like a bigger dude. And it really made me be like, well, isn't that Canelo's only advantage in this fight is his size?
Errol Spence, naturally bigger and stronger at this weight, might have the advantage in terms of physicality. The dynamic has completely changed, and the stakes are higher than ever.
Errol gave him the opportunity when he didn't have to. He sacrificed some things. So, in my opinion, you gotta just do what you gotta do. I think that 54 it's 7 pounds north, and it does make a difference. Errol Spence is an incredible fighter, and Crawford is too. If that's what Errol wants to do, to fight the rematch.
I just wanted to prove to the world that I was better than what they say I was, because given the fact that how great I looked
against each opponent, they say, oh, well, he wasn't nothing, or he was this, he was that, because how talented I am.
Right.
So they didn't want to give me no credit because I passed all my tests with flying.
In their first bout, Crawford showcased his adaptability, controlling every aspect of the fight and exploiting Spence's weaknesses.
There's no Triple G on Bud's resume. There's no Trout on Bud's resume. There's no Daniel Jacobs on Bud's resume. Canelo is the one that's fought the elite level opposition. It's Canelo that fought Laura. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ.
Yeah, but Bud is an elite boxer.
So you're an elite boxer, but you haven't fought elite boxer.
But many argue Spence wasn't at his best, battling injuries and lingering effects from past accidents.
Terrence Crawford, we'll start here, reportedly offers Spence the rematch at 147 and not 154. This has got people up in arms because you have the Spence contingent who says, you know what? Our guy Spence made concessions to get this fight done. He gave up a lot of money on his side to have this fight at 147. If you look at the contract, this is a sport of contracts. Chris, you know this.
Determined to avenge his loss, Spence has been putting in the work to return stronger, better prepared, and ready for the challenge.
Right now, man, it's like a feeling that's kind of hard to explain, being back on the U.S. soil and then coming in to some good wins. When I was over there, got some good wins before I left to go over there. I got the best win, probably in history. So I'm gonna feel good, man. So the rematch is gonna happen. Mark my words.
For Crawford, this fight isn't about proving his greatness. He's already cemented his legacy.
My accomplishment just to boost him up. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna do that because I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't. Everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him. I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the accolades that he did.
But the challenge of moving up in weight brings a new level of intrigue. Will his speed and fluidity remain intact at 154 pounds? Or will the added weight slow him down?
There's a couple of reasons why Terrence Crawford is doing this. Terrence Crawford wants to go after Canelo or Charlo because in reality, in his mind and in everybody else's mind, except Errol Spence and Errol Spence Jr. fans, he beat Errol Spence more than convincingly, which is there's no need for rematches. There's no need.
Allowing Spence to impose his size and power, this rematch is more than just a fight. It's about redemption, legacy, and the future of both fighters.
He exercised his immediate rematch clause?
I don't know if it's gonna be at 54 or 47, but I'm sure he's probably gonna push the weight up. But there's no gonna be no change in the decision. The performance still is gonna be the same.
For Crawford, it's part of a bigger plan.
And I pretty much don't want to hear nothing about Terrence Crawford and the word greatness after the news that just came out. Let me get this straight. You were the man that said, Earl, I gotta thank you. Earl say, why? Your response was, because this fight never would have happened if it wasn't for you. Now when it's your turn to do what Earl did for you, you playing boxing politics. Talking about 147 and nothing. But you was the guy saying that it was hard for you to make it to 147. So yeah, you would want to fight at 154
eyeing a potential showdown with Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
So, along my career, I've been criticized and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments just off of pure hate. So, what would they be able to say with me going up 2 weight classes? If Canelo become undisputed again, and I beat Canelo, what could they say? They'll say something, but yeah, they're gonna find something.
But for now, all eyes are on Spence.
Spence, yo. I'm excited for this, man. It gives him a chance to heal up. Yo, in a Errol Spence, anybody.
Canelo Alvarez thinks you're not a 54 pounder. In other words, you say, nah, he's too small.
That's his take. There's a reason why Israel was so respectful in the fight. Anytime I let my hands go, he either grab me or move. For the bigger guy, you should have been walking me down. You should have been bullying me. Canelo can say what he say.
He just doesn't feel like you're a 54 pounder.
Get ready, because this rematch could very well be the fight that defines both men's careers.